So a mutant, a person born with the X gene, a fictional genetic mutation that grants said person superhuman ability. These powers all typically manifest during puberty or under moments of extreme stress. Mutants are considered the next step in human evolution, and the abilities that mutants can use can vary between a huge spectrum of powers. Some have enhanced strength, some have telepathy, some have teleportation, and the ability to control the elements. While some have physical mutations like wings, scales, additional limbs. And then we get into the more notable mutants like Wolverine, we got Storm, we have Jean Grey. But today we're not going to talk about them. Today we're going to be talking about Cyclops joins Marvel Rivals. And if you enjoy videos like this where we talk about potential characters and we have uploads for gameplay and anything that has to do with Marvel Rivals on this channel, please for me hit that like button and subscribe for more videos like this. Let's get it started as we talk about Scott Summers, aka Cyclops, the leader of the X-Men, joining Marvel Rivals. So there has been leaks circulating that Cyclops, aka Scott Summers, will be one of the next characters coming into Marvel Rivals, probably in season 2. So like all my videos, I decided I wanted to give my thoughts on what I think his abilities could possibly be in the next coming season. And if you guys have your own thoughts on what you think his abilities should be, please for me hit the like button, comment down below what you think his abilities are, and subscribe so you never miss a video like this where we can have more conversations like this and just talk about Marvel Rivals in general if this is what you would like to see. Now, like I did my other video, I talked about MODOK and what his abilities are and if he would fit as a, strategist or a tank. But for this video, I decided we're going to keep it simple and we're going to focus on what I think he would fit as. And I know you're probably going to hate it because a lot of these characters, most of them just fit in the strategist category, so it kind of sucks, but like so far we're getting a lot of leaks for more strategist characters, and this is as far as it goes most of the time. But I am definitely looking forward for more tank characters if they do leak them. So like at the beginning of the video, we're going to be talking about Cyclops joins Marvel Rivals. Let's get it started. So Cyclops, the leader of X-Men, will be joining the Marvel Rivals roster. I think that his abilities will be centered around his iconic optic blast, obviously, and his leadership skills. So he has the potential for so many abilities, so let's get started. His first ability, like I usually do, will be his passive ability, his Ruby Quartz Visor. Now, Cyclops Visor could automatically enhance his optic blast, increasing his range and damage as he levels up. This would represent his constant control over his powers. So what I'm getting at is that he might be able to adjust and increase the length and how far his laser would go and how strong the damage would do. So think of it as, Iron Man's upgrade ability, where he can increase his damage for a brief amount of time. So this is what his passive would possibly be. And if you have a better idea what you think his passive should be, let me know in the comments down below. Let me know what you think about his abilities and how you would change them. Moving on to his next ability. Okay, so his next ability will be his active ability, his Optic Blast. Cyclops could unleash a powerful beam of concussive force, dealing significant damage to a single target or hitting multiple targets in a line. Again, this is going to be his primary attack, reflecting his combat style. The good thing about his ability, I think that his beam should be able to pass through other enemies, meaning that if it hits a character, and think of it like Call of Duty, you have armor piercing rounds that can go through multiple objects. So imagine if all the characters are in a row, you'll be able to use his optic blast to just beam right through multiple characters. So if all of them are in a row and they're one in front of the other, his beam will pass through each single character, letting him do damage to multiple players at the same time. And I think this would be just a perfect thing for him, since considering he doesn't have much other abilities besides his optic blast. Yeah, he has his leadership, but like, what is his leadership skills gonna do unless they're gonna buff all the other characters? Okay, so we're gonna go into his ultimate ability. Okay, so his ultimate ability will be a wide angle beam. For his ultimate, Cyclops could fire a devastating wide angle blast that affects all enemies in a large cone in front of him. So obviously whatever's in his view will be what does the most damage. So whatever is in his range view in the cone shape, I don't know how many, I haven't really considered how many degrees, how wide the degree angle would be taking complete damage, and it'll be huge. Just like when he takes, if you ever watch the show and he takes off his glasses and he doesn't have the visor on and he has like that huge range, that's kind of how you would want to picture it. So this would deal massive damage and potentially stun or knock back opponents, making it a game-changing move. So if you're low health, it's gonna deal damage and it's gonna wipe out most of the team. But if you survive it, which most tanks will, depending on how much their health is, they will be knocked back pretty far. Even potentially if you're holding, let's say if there's like a smidget left of checkpoint, all your team needs is to push him off of the checkpoint. All his ability would make it so that if he blasts you with his ultimate, he's gonna send everybody flying off the checkpoint and basically closing the deal and potentially winning the match. Because holding down checkpoint can be very tough, but if you have a solid team and you guys are healing and holding it down, you guys can make it to the very end. I've had instances where we've done this. I've had matches where this has happened, where we held down the checkpoint so well while we're moving, obviously, because I'm talking about, like, either way, when you have to defend the checkpoint and you guys are moving to the final, destination, and you guys are holding it down as a team and you make it with just a smidget left of overtime, that is what his ability can help with. It can help with pushing him off the checkpoint so they can close the game and end it. Now for his final ability, I decided to give him a supportive buff, okay? So Tactical Command, Cyclops' strategic mind could provide allies with a temporary increase in damage output or defense, depending on obviously who they are. Showcasing his leadership ability, this buff could be activated at crucial moments to turn the tide of the battle. So let's say most of the characters are losing, let's say everybody in the team is like 50% health. Or maybe even lower than that, depending on how they would do it, if this was a thing that would happen. His tactical command would activate, giving them a temporary increase in damage, like a 50% buff or 25% buff, whatever it is, because 25% buff is very substantial. It's crazy how much you can take somebody out with a 25% or even 50% buff. With this temporary increase in damage or even defense, it can help turn the tides of the match, allowing the tanks or even the strategists to wipe out whatever team is in front of us, unless they have like a Rocket Raccoon or something like that that uses his ultimate, which that would be tough. But that increase in either defense or damage, it can tie any game, and especially if it's in a crucial moment where everybody's health is pretty low and it buffs them, this would be a great game changer. Now the final thing that I want to mention is that I feel like his kit is more towards his versatility, okay? He has the potential to support teammates with tactical buffs. His primary focus is on damage output and precision, allowing him to shine in combat situations where his quick thinking and powerful attacks are key. Yeah, he has the potential to basically amp up the other characters, but his is more about, strategic thinking, being smart on when you use his beam, and aligning everything in a way that it works out for the team. But if you think that this is not the right way to use Cyclops, let me know in the comments down below, because we have reached the end of the video, and if you guys do enjoy the video, want to see more just like this, hit that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.
Only 60 seconds left. He stopped them in their tracks.
By the eye of Agamotto! Out, dark magic! I am strengthened for battle.
Down to 30 seconds. Just keep fighting a little longer.
You're welcome! Drowning you.
He stopped them in their tracks.
A short enemies on approach. Another strange works his portal magic.
The final 10 seconds. I am ready to put on a show. You'll have to keep fighting until we have a winner. System error. Final score 2-2-1.